good evening. We're taking you across to Pune live at the moment. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is addressing the media. Listen in.
And said how clearly this country values whatever be the size, small, medium, micro, nano or large, entrepreneurs of this country. We want them to, without a worry, carry on with their business. Similarly, we have expressed our keenness to serve the cause of farmers so that everyone carries on with their business, which essentially creates jobs, which creates wealth for the country. And therefore, it was important that the tax administrators facilitated them. It was important that tax administrators do their job of tax collection, enforcement of tax rules, but necessarily understanding business and going with them, facilitating them. So, in order that we communicated this to all our tax authorities, we have undertaken this trip from mostly the tier 2 cities, not metropolitan towns. So there, in the process of meeting with the tax administrators, the revenue secretary, the CBIC chairman and also the CBDT chairperson accompanies me. The principal commissioners in that area, the chief commissioner of GST and customs, the principal commissioners of income tax also come in, but the entire tax administrators are invited to have this interaction. So that is what happened today. After that, we have interacted also with the associations, trade bodies, trade associations, chartered cost accountants and their associations, and heard from them issues that they wanted us to hear. Now we are meeting with the press. Can I please have questions related to this visit first and then I'll address. उसके बाद में आती हूँ मैं.
What were the concerns raised by trade associations, especially when it comes to Pune and Pimpri Chinchwad, which is one of the major auto hubs in the country?
Well, first of all, today the meeting was after my having announced all that the government wants to do, and that announcement itself came after consulting all sectors which wanted to meet us, and that included the automobile and automotive components sector also. So that specific question that you asked me about that particular thing was already part of the consultation we had, and after that came the announcement also. So today largely people who were here were more focusing on GST forms related matters, deadline related matters, simplification of the forms in GST matters, and also about home buyers, about industry in general and matters like that. And there were other sectors which also wanted to have GST rates brought down. So largely today trade and industry association confined to these matters.
So regarding the deadline of the income tax return specifically related to Sangli and Kolhapur area which was submerged recently.
But that was already included in the announcement that the Revenue Secretary had made for all flood-affected districts, not just of Maharashtra, but of Karnataka, Kerala, Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. So that was already made. That announcement was already made. Huh? You can, that was...
No, the income tax return, the last date was July 31st, and that has been extended to 31st. So far as the GST is concerned, the GST, the last date was August 20th, which we have extended for 1 month for the flood affected areas. Whereas in the income tax, we are already on the extended date. So most of the people would have already filed the tax returns on before 31st July. Only the few remaining people would have been required to file the tax return in August, and that the last date is 31st of August.
Specifically Sangli Kolhapur area I'm talking.
All the flood affected areas is what I'm referring to.
Yeah, what can you elaborate on tax administrators should understand businesses while doing tax administration? What do you mean by that?
I mean that they don't need to overstretch, I mean that in order to achieve the targets which are given to them, which is done every year, it's not something which only our government is doing. Since the time tax collection is on the earth, there are deadlines given and they collect. What I have said is the deadlines which have been given, not just in today's meeting, in all meetings, have all been decided in consultation with all the authorities. So they are not impossible deadlines, they are achievable deadlines, realistic deadlines, and therefore my request was not to overreach, not to overstate themselves in the collection process. It is achievable even if they were able to go with a bit of a restraint. That's what I told.
जीएसटी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन के बाद एमएसएमई सेक्टर का बहुत लंबा समय से कंसर्न चल रहा था, तो सेटलमेंट का वो भी हाल में जो घोषणा भी सरकार की तरफ से की गई, माना गया कि एमएसएमई सेक्टर को रिलीफ मिलेगा। ऐसा लगता है कि ये रिलीफ पहले दिया जा सकता था, इसमें थोड़ी देर हो गई। उनका जो जीएसटी सेटलमेंट है, मेन कंसर्न उनका था।
मैं एक अनाउंसमेंट पिछले शुक्रवार को की, उसमें इस विषय में मैं एक क्लियर कट आश्वासन दिलाए कि अब तक की पेंडिंग जितनी भी है वो 30 दिन के अंदर दिया जाता है और अब से लेकर के जो भी पेमेंट्स होगा वो 60 डेज के अंदर क्लियर हो जाएगा। ये स्टेटमेंट मैंने पिछले फ्राइडे को कर दिया है।
Based on the interactions, the inputs you had from the people in this region, basically this is predominantly agri-commodities area of Maharashtra. Is there any implementable point that you have got and you are likely to, implement?
No, particularly on agri product, there was nothing mentioned to me today.
Okay.
CAG give their reports on GST and the findings are very serious. The decline of overall revenue of the government is a 10%. They mention it, and another one is the not filing the returns are also the percentage of the people are also declined. These are the CAG's findings, and that report are tabled on I think 13th of July. So, do you think that there is more need of more changes in GST implementation?
Well, I'm not sure I'll be able to comment on the CAG's report now. I need to go through it and then only I can comment, unless if Revenue Secretary wants to say.
But it tabled on 13th of July in Parliament.
Unless I go through it, I won't be able to give you a comment. The ministry has to go through it, after which I can give a comment.
आरबीआई की तरफ से जो अभी 1,76,000 करोड़ की जो फंड की बात की जा रही है, उसका कुछ नियोजन किया गया है, किसी राहत के तौर पर देखा जा सकता है?
मैं हिंदी में थोड़ा कमजोर हूं, आप दोबारा हिंदी में वही प्रश्न पूछो। नो, आप हिंदी में ही पूछो।
आरबीआई की तरफ से अभी 1,76,000 करोड़ की बात की जा रही है, क्या सरकार ने इसके लिए कुछ नियोजन बनाया है या ये राहत की हो सकती है?
अब उसके लिए क्या उसका उपयोग कैसे होगा, इस विषय में तो मैं अभी कुछ बोल नहीं सकती हूँ। हम निर्णय लेंगे, उसके बाद आपको जानकारी मिलेगी। You were also asking, क्या था, आप दोनों एक ही प्रश्न पूछ रहे? मुझे जब भी राहुल गांधी जी चोरी, चोर, ये सब बातें उठाते हैं ना, एक विषय याद आता है। वो बहुत प्रयत्न किए, चोर चोर चोरी चोरी बोल करके, जनता ने उसको सटीक जवाब दिए। उसके बाद भी वही शब्दों को मैं उपयोग करूंगा, इससे क्या निकलता है? कांग्रेस पार्टी कम से कम रिजर्व बैंक के मामले में उनके यहाँ जो भी फिनांस मिनिस्टर्स थे, जितने भी सीनियर्स थे, उन सब से बात करने के बाद उनका आरोप डालना चाहिए था। फिर भी वो चोर कहने के विषय में तो अभी माहिर हो गए हैं, इसलिए मैं उसको इतना परवाह नहीं करना।
Ma'am, you said that some people wanted GST rates to come down further, like, you know, in case of sugar, earlier it did not have tax, and then soybean.
In case of
Sorry?
sugar?
Sugar.
No, but none of that was spoken upstairs.
So, though, like, you know, are you thinking about further bringing down?
They have not said any of that.
So GST bringing down, like.
They have not said any of that. The consultation that I've had with them now, none of this was mentioned.
Which are the, you know, other
I told you on agri commodities there was nothing
not
discussed.
an agri committee.
You specifically are asking on sugar and soya, so you also use the word agri. So I'm coming back to you on that. None of agri commodities were discussed.
Announced a slew of measures for the auto sector, but one of the primary requests has been to reduce the GST from 28% to 18%. Is that feasible in the future? Right?
What I want to tell you about whether it is this or whether it is any agri commodity about which nothing was discussed, GST rate reduction. I am willing to hear any number of people, any number of sectors, any number of whoever wants to talk on GST rates. But it is not in my hand. It has to go to the GST Council. Ministers from all the states are the members in the council. It has to be discussed there. There are fitment committees which will analyze it. Legal committee, is it? They will, law committee, which will have to look at it. So decision is made there through a process. So,
So the last two questions. Excuse me.
1 minute.
Last two questions because
You are talking to the.
No, 1 minute, 1 minute. Last two questions, and because we have to catch a flight, so we don't want to get delayed. So I think, yes, so please go ahead.
After the Bimal Jalan committee recommendation and RBI report, will you still consider the sovereign bond, the fundraising by the sovereign bond, because you are getting the 1 lakh 57,000?
yeah, but what is the connection that you're drawing? I didn't say in my budget that depending on what Bimal Jalan committee will do, I'm proposing to bring. They were not connected at all. No, that's all right. That's all right. That's a call which we've announced in the budget. That's a call which the government will take.
Madam, you are doing your best, like, but do you think that
Yes,
the
Despite all the measures that you've launched, especially to help the automobile sector, the layoffs and the shutdowns are still persisting and are likely to even worsen the situation. So what exactly is the government, are you planning to take some more measures regarding with regards to this, because it's likely that the situation would worsen in the coming days?
I've announced some measures for the automobile sector. I'll have to see how it goes. I'll also have to take input from the sector as to what kind of an impact the announcements which were already made have had. And only then can I take a call.
you are trying your best, do you think that the
Raghuram Rajan has said that the RBI's international credibility, AAA rating, will be affected as it has reduced its surplus by transferring the amount to the government?
I'm not responding to anybody in particular, but I want to say that the Bimal Jalan committee had eminent experts in it. It was constituted by the Reserve Bank themselves and not by the government. They have had several sittings and have said or have come out with a formula. Like the committees which looked at the excess capital framework earlier. So this is a committee which the Reserve Bank appointed, had experts. They have given a formula based on which the amount is arrived at. Now, any suggestion about the credibility of the Reserve Bank, therefore for me, seems a bit outlandish, if I may use that word, considering the committee was appointed by the Reserve Bank themselves. They have themselves given an explanation yesterday, I think, through some media reports, that financial stability, surplus to meet any emergency and contingency have all been factored in by the committee when they arrived at the formulation of a formula. So, comments being given on the credibility of the Reserve Bank I'm afraid, is commenting on the Reserve Bank itself and their selection of the committee itself and their arriving, the committee independently arriving at a formula itself. And therefore, being a part of the government, it strictly may not be my business to talk about it, but it's very worrying that a committee appointed by the Reserve Bank of experts who have had several meetings and have come with a formulation is now being questioned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you going to remove the import duty?
Well, they heard Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman coming to you live from Pune, where she said well, she was there to meet CBIC officials and income tax officials in terms of how wealth creators are to be facilitated. That's the theme that the Prime Minister has been working on. So she was taking that forward. But there she took a lot of questions on different subjects, including the transfer of surplus from the Reserve Bank of India to the government, where she was very clear that the government itself has nothing to do with the process. It was a process that was initiated by the Reserve Bank of India, by the RBI. It was a committee that was formed and they came up with a formula, and that formula is going to be implemented. So all those people who are ascribing some sort of motives to what the RBI has done and to the government as well, they are a bit outlandish is the word that she used. And now let's take you across for another live input. Union Minister Nitin Gadkari is addressing Indian Merchant Chambers Conference in Mumbai. Listen in.
तो आपके बेस के लिए मैं पीछे लगा हूँ, वो अगर इलेक्ट्रिक और ये बसेस लाएंगी तो टिकट रेट 30% कम हो जाएगा, घाटा खत्म हो जाएगा और सब लोग आम गरीब आदमी एयर कंडीशन में उसी रेट में 30% कम में घूम सकेंगे और इंपोर्ट सब्सिट्यूट कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव एमिशन फ्री ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स नई ट्रांसपोर्ट कंट्री और इसके स्पेशल स्टैंडर्ड्स अभी हमने पक्के किए हैं। तो मेरा कहने के लिए यही है कि ये जो पेट्रोल डीजल का इंपोर्ट है इसमें बहुत बड़ी संभावना है और इसमें इथेनॉल, बायो सीएनजी, इन सब बातों के लिए अभी आपको पता होगा कि मैंने जब इनिशिएटिव लिया तो लोग हंसते थे। मैंने अजय सिंह करके स्पाइस जेट के माला के मेरे मित्र को कहा कि एक्सपेरिमेंट करना है कि डेहराडून पेट्रोल इंस्टीट्यूट में ये जो बायो एविएशन फ्यूल तैयार किया इसके ऊपर हवाई जहाज हम लोग एक ट्रायल मिलेंगे, डेहराडून से दिल्ली लाएंगे। तो उसने कहा मेरा हवाई जहाज बिगड़ गया तो क्या होगा, मेरे नाम पर लिख गया मुझे तुमको करना ही पड़ेगा। और आपको आश्चर्य होगा कि जो रतन जो 9 साल करेंगे पेट्रोल ये नॉन एलिजिबल ऑयल सी है उसके ऑयल से बायो एविएशन फ्यूल बना वो भाई तो 60 रुपीज लीटर है, उसकी कैलोरी एविएशन फ्यूल से ज्यादा है तो 42 रुपीज लीटर है और हमने सक्सेसफुली 25% बायो एविएशन फ्यूल पर देहरादून से दिल्ली स्पाइस जेट का विमान लाया जिसका मैंने स्वागत किया दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट। पिछले 15 अगस्त को एयरफोर्स ने अपने पूरे हेलीकॉप्टर और फाइटर जेट 100% बायो एविएशन फ्यूल पर चला। तो मेरा आपको 40,000 करोड़ का बायो एविएशन फ्यूल इंपोर्ट करना, इधर हम लोग 7-8 लाख करोड़ का पेट्रोल डीजल करें। तो मैं आपको यही कहूंगा कि इसमें इतना मार्केट और इतना अवेलेबिलिटी है कि अगर ये टेक्नोलॉजी भी है तो हम अगर एग्रीकल्चर, रूरल, ट्राइबल जहाँ गरीबी है, भूखमरी है, बेरोजगारी है, वहाँ अगर हम ये प्रोजेक्ट डालते हैं तो इसमें पूरी इकोनॉमिक वायबिलिटी है। और मैंने विदर्भ में 6 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में ये शुरू किया है, उसकी किट भी हमने लाई है नीदरलैंड से, उसके लिए प्लास्टिक के सिलेंडर तैयार किए हुए जर्मनी से और अभी कुछ दिन पहले में ट्रैक्टर भी चल रहा है और एक ट्रैक्टर वाले के 40,000 रुपये साल के बचते हैं। और मैं बायोडीजल 2 लाख लीटर बायोडीजल मैं बेचता हूँ मेरे क्षेत्र में, पंप खोले बायोडीजल और हम 5 रुपये लीटर सस्ता बेचते हैं, ये डीजल से कई गुना अच्छा है। और मैं 3 शुगर फैक्ट्री चलाता हूँ, मैं रूरल में एग्रीकल्चर में काम करता हूँ। ये सब प्रयोग जिसको देखना है वो मैं कोई किताबी और रिसर्च पेपर नहीं कह रहा, इसके पूरे आंकड़ों से अगर परिणाम देखने होंगे तो आप नागपुर सुबह के फ्लाइट से आ जाइए, मैं 2 दिन में आपको सब दिखाऊंगा। एवरीथिंग इज प्रूवन। मेरा इसका सुझाव ये है कि दिस इज अ फील्ड जिसमें मैंने खादी ग्रामोद्योग को कहा है, क्योंकि एमएसएमई का दो पार्ट है। एक पार्ट जो है वो इंडिया कहते लोग उसका, जो अर्बन इंडस्ट्रियल एरिया है, जिसमें साधारण हम सब की सोच ज्यादातर ये अर्बन एरिया की इंडस्ट्री तक जाती है, वो एक पार्ट है। और दूसरा पार्ट खादी ग्रामोद्योग कमीशन के द्वारा हमारा रूरल एग्रीकल्चर का पार्ट है। अभी खादी का टर्नओवर इस बार 3200 करोड़ हमारा हुआ, तो पहले 1000 करोड़ तक था। अब मैंने उनको टारगेट दिया 10,000 करोड़ का। और ये जो छोटे छोटे रूरल एरिया में जो नए छोटे उद्योग है, ये हमने कुम्हारों को प्रोत्साहित किया है। तो कुल्हड़ का अभी आपको यहाँ मुंबई में भी होगा, बड़े बड़े जगह पर चाय कुल्हड़ में पीते हुए। तो मैंने कहा इसको 2 स्टेशन पे मैंडेटरी किया और पीयूष जी को कहा कि 100 स्टेशन पर मैंडेटरी कर दो, बहुत अच्छा चाय लगता है।
There you were listening to Nitin Gadkari, the Minister of Transport, live from Mumbai, where he was at a program where the roadmap for growth of MSMEs was being discussed, and where he said that right now MSMEs contribute 29% to the GDP of the country, and they plan to raise it, the government plans to raise it to 50%. In terms of jobs, it's 11 crore jobs at the moment, but the goal is to increase the number of jobs. Job creation target is 5 crores in the next 5 years. Another challenge will be to reduce imports. That's where the MSCs will become very important. So the government is putting a lot of emphasis on the growth of MSMEs in the country. Moving on, after becoming the first Indian shuttler to clinch a gold medal at the Badminton World Championships, ace Indian badminton player PV Sindhu and her coach Pullela Gopichand returned home. Sindhu and Gopichand, who have brought several laurels for the country, met Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well. Prime Minister Modi congratulated Sindhu and wished her the very best for her future endeavours. And earlier, Sindhu also met Union Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports, Kiran Rijiju. The Sports Minister described the success achieved by Sindhu as a moment of pride for the country. He also conveyed his best wishes to her in pursuit of bringing more laurels to the country. And that's all we have for the moment in this edition of the news. The latest continues right here on DD News. As always, stay with us.